Governor Bello returns to LOKOJA amidst jubilation, dispels death, sickness rumors.
Police, local vigilante rescues one kidnapped victim, neutralizes 2 kidnappers in KOGI. U.S. Justice Department sues Texas over floating barrier in Rio Grande River. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of LOKOJA, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Babrella Onwalu. Thanks for joining us. Senate President Godwin Emefiele has assured traditional rulers of constitutional role in governance to be effected through constitution amendment. Emefiele gave the assurance when he received royal fathers across the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja. The Senate President, who gave the assurance in response to a request made by the traditional rulers, noted that the roles of the royal fathers in governance, particularly on security matters, are important, assuring that the needful will be done. Earlier in his speech on behalf of the traditional ruler, the Esunupe Dr. Yahya Abubakar, who represented the chairman of the National Traditional Council of Nigeria and Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar, said the constitutional role of traditional rulers was expunged by framers of the 1979 Constitution. He lamented that all efforts made by the traditional rulers across the country under the aegis of the National Council of Traditional Rulers to get back the role had not yielded positive results, calling on the 10th Senate to do her best to return them to their rightful place.
KOGI State Governor Yahaya Bello has on Wednesday, 26 July 2023, returned to LOKOJA after several official engagements in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, where he attended public and private meetings. However, in the past few days, rumors emerged in some sections of the social media of the governor's critical health condition, and some quarter even reported that he had passed away. Debunking the widespread rumor, Governor Bello described such as the handwork of people with bad intention.
Don't mind them, they just lie. But I'm back in LOKOJA now. I'm back in LOKOJA in Government House, yes. Work continue.
Stressing emphatically that he was never sick and remains hale and hearty. The governor assured citizens that after a long week of engagement in Abuja, he was back to resume his duties fully with a renewed vigor of stemming crimes and criminality of the state. The governor was received back to LOKOJA amidst wild jubilations by his teeming supporters who waited at strategic points to catch a glimpse of him while entourage moved slowly to the government house, LOKOJA.
The Lagos Federal High Court has rejected the federal government's claim that it did not receive the bail application filed by the suspended Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele in his alleged gun possession trial. Justice Nicholas Owebo ruled that there was evidence of the government being served with the application. Emefiele's lawyers, led by Joseph Dauda San, had asked the court to hear the bail application seeking of self-recognizance, stating that all necessary conditions for the application had been fulfilled. They presented evidence of service endorsed by the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF. The government's lawyer, Nkiru Jones Nebo, mentioned that they had not received the application due to the absence of the AGF in the country. However, the court dismissed the objections and proceeded to hear the suspended CBN governor's bail application, and subsequently granted Emefiele bail to tune of 20 million naira. The judge, however, ordered that Emefiele be held at the Ikoyi Correctional Center pending the perfection of his bail. The trial has been fixed for November 14, 2023. The Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak has approved multi-billion naira palliative to neutralize the effect of the recent removal of fuel subsidy. cutting across different sectors and demographics of the state. On top of the palliative is a cash support of 10,000 naira for every public sector workers in the state, which will begin this month, July, and last until a new minimum wage is introduced to enable workers cope with the economic shocks created by the subsidy removal. Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Rafiu Ajakaye, at a news briefing said in deference to the new advisory of the National Economic Council for State to design their own independent response to the development. The Governor has directed the leadership of the civil service to continue a staggered work schedule not exceeding 3 days a week to reduce transportation expenses for workers. Kwara had earlier introduced a 3-day work schedule for its civil servants, but suspended it in deference to an earlier advisory of the NEC for state to await a more holistic response to the development. The Economic Community of West African States has called for a multi-sectoral approach to address the proliferation of small arms and light weapons in sub-region. ECOWAS made the call at the end of a 3-day workshop held by relevant stakeholders in Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria. The ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Abdel Fattah Musa, stressed the need for collective effort to tackle arms proliferation. Musa, who was represented at the workshop by Ahoba PX, advocated the establishment of a national commission on small arms to tackle the challenge in sub-region. He pointed that ECOWAS recognized Nigerians' progress in the control of small arms and light weapons and the importance of aligning with global disarmament initiatives. On politics, the leadership of the Labour Party has debunked social media reports being circulated that its candidate in Imo State governorship election, Senator Atan Achuno, has been sacked by the appeal court. A statement by the National's Publicity Secretary Obiora Ifo said upon investigation, they found out that the fake news originated from the camp of Lamidia Papa-led renegades, which has since ceased from being members of the Labour Party. According to the Publicity Secretary, Senator Achuno remains the Labour Party's governorship candidate in Imo State, adding that no court has stated otherwise. We'll go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
Malachite TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. On crime, the operatives of the Nigerian police force attached to Ife Olukotun in intelligence-led operation in collaboration with the local vigilante rescued one kidnapped victim, neutralized 2 kidnappers, and recovered 1 AK-49 rifle and 40 rounds of live ammunition. The feat is in compliance with directive of Commissioner of Police, KOGI State Police Command, CP Onoha Bertrand, to sustain the tempo on the ongoing onslaught against criminal elements and to deny them safe haven in the state. A statement by the Police Public Relations Officer SP William Aya explained that the operatives was consequence upon a report that some hoodlums invaded a camp of one Yaya of Igbo Ero in Ife Olokotun. Another victim, which they later released after robbing him of 1 ram. The divisional police officer promptly swung into action, mobilized team of operatives in collaboration with the local vigilante following intelligence and stormed their hideout. On sighting the joint team, the hoodlums opened fire on them. During the gun duel that ensued, 2 suspected kidnappers were neutralized. The victim was rescued and one AK-49 rifle with 14 rounds of live ammunition were recovered. Other suspects escaped with bullet wounds as effort is ongoing to apprehend the fleeing suspect. The Commissioner of Police, while commending the Joint Police and Vigilante team for the breakthrough, and reiterates his determination to sustain the ongoing onslaught against criminal elements and to deny them safe haven to operate in the state. The Commissioner of Police enjoins members of the public to continue to collaborate with the security forces to ensure adequate security of lives and property in the state. And on foreign scene, Iraq and some other Muslim majority countries have strongly condemned the burning of a Quran by a group called Danish Patriots outside the Iraqi embassy in Copenhagen. Nearly 1,000 demonstrators in Baghdad tried to reach the Danish embassy after the incident. Last week, crowds set fire to Sweden's embassy in Baghdad after the planned burning of a Quran in Stockholm. In recent demonstration in Denmark, anti-Islam protesters stamped on the holy book and set it aflame in a tin-foil tray next to an Iraqi flag on the ground. Iraq's foreign ministry said that such act allowed the virus of extremism and hate to pose a real threat to the peaceful coexistence of societies. Muslims consider the Quran to be the word of God and view any intentional damage or show of disrespect towards it as deeply offensive. The Biden administration has sued Texas over a floating barrier installed by the state in the Rio Grande River to deter migrants on the U.S.-Mexico border. The barrier, made partly of orange buoys attached by webbings, was announced by State Republican Governor Greg Abbott in early June. Federal authorities says the barrier in the river flouts federal law and presents humanitarian concerns. Ahead of the lawsuit, Abbott vowed to see the government in court. First announced in June, the barrier covers about 305 meters of the Rio Grande. Let us join Jonah Malik for the sports update.
Hello and glad to have you on Sports Update. Super Eagles captain Ahmed MUSA has slashed the price of petrol per litre at his filling station in KANO. The 30-year-old professional footballer announced the reduction of the price of premium motor spirit (PMS) via his Twitter handle. MUSA revealed that the product is sold at 518 naira per litre at MYCA7, his petrol station in KANO State, against the 620 naira per litre price in the state. The footballer is presumed to have reduced the price of fuel to provide succor to vehicle owners in the state, as it was gathered that motorists and citizens of KANO have been expressing their gratitude to MUSA's gesture. Still on sports, Nigeria's power forward Desire Okpara-Nozie could play some part in Thursday's cracker with the co-host at the Lang Park, as she appears to have substantially recovered from the injury she coped in the last day of the final training camp in Gold Coast days to the FIFA World Cup. She was seen training on her own, kicking the ball on the side of the pitch as the 21 other players were drilled by Waldrum and his assistant. Goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie, who saved a penalty taken by non-Peruvian Christian Sinclair, who won the Most Valuable Player award on the day, was allowed off, perhaps to relax her nerves. Meanwhile, Australian captain Sam Kerr is still doubtful for the clash as she continues to nurse the injury that ruled her out of the first game against the Irish. And that's all on Sports Update. I am Jonah Malik reporting. Back to Wakasta for more stories.
Thank you, Jonah. Joy Dada has the latest on entertainment.
Welcome to today's entertainment segment. Nigerian hip-hop artist Tochukwu Ojoku, popularly known as Odumodu Black, has said he tries to avoid being carried away by his recent achievements, but sometimes pauses to relish them. The Declan Rice crooner said he could not express exactly how he feels wearing a neckpiece that was gifted to him by one of his idols, British rapper Skepta. He said he values the neckpiece from Skepta more than winning a Grammy. A video making the rounds online captured a group of youth believed to be Muslims tearing and burning Davido's poster. Recall that Davido fell out greatly with Muslims after he shared a music video of his signee Logos Olori's recently released track, Jaye Law, on his social media pages. We didn't sit well with some Muslims due to its nature. Olori in the video featured Muslims dressed in white, praying, and in no time they began dancing to his music. Several Muslims called for Davido to take down the video, which he later did, but before then, angry groups cancelled the singer and went on to ban people from listening to Davido's music in some states. A video shows some youth yanking up Davido's poster and setting it on fire. This comes after some angry Muslims issued scary threats to Davido over the music video. Thanks for joining me. I am Joy Dada, reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Joy. And that is the size of our package. Keep supporting us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Malachi TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages, MLC TV, MLC TV 2, MLC TV Yoruba, Egbiravabe, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter, Malachite TV, and TikTok, Malachite_TV. For your event coverage, appearances on any of our programs, contribution, comments, advert placement, or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join Malachite TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Saturday, 7 p.m., Political Arena. Sunday, 6 p.m., Women's World. And Monday, 9 a.m., The Opinion. It is Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brother's keeper to build a happier and better society together. Thanks for watching. I am Babrella Onwalu.